Martin Odegaard is the captain and engine of Arsenal, which are moving at full speed to the English Premier League title. In this video, we'll show you how the Norwegian turned from a promising junior into a real machine in midfield. And what Mikel Arteta did with him. Be sure to subscribe to Vamosito so you don't miss any of our videos. Let's get started. People first started talking about Martin Odegaard back in 2014. Back then, the talented Norwegian made headlines in various media, as he made his debut in senior football at the age of 15 as part of Godset, and later he became the youngest goal scorer in Norwegian league history. After that, a real hunt opened for Martin. He was taken to training grounds of various top clubs, each of which tried to persuade the youngster to sign a contract with them. Among these clubs were, for example, Liverpool, Bayern and Arsenal. In the end, Odegaard chose Real Madrid, where he moved in January 2015. But Martin didn't manage to gain a foothold in Madrid. They put psychological pressure on the kid and demanded at least some result, but he couldn't give it due to lack of experience and fierce competition. This caused a fairly long stagnation in the player's career. Loans helped him survive. At first, he showed himself well in the Dutch league. At first, there was a not-so-successful attempt and he ran then, but in the 2018-19 season, Martin scored 11 goals and provided 13 assists in 39 matches for Vitesse. That season was the first full-fledged one in Odegaard's career at the professional level and helped him regain self-confidence a lot. The following year, Martin took a step forward and now represented Real Sociedad in La Liga. 36 matches, 7 goals and 9 assists were a great accomplishment. It seemed that Odegaard had every chance to gain a foothold in the Real Madrid team after that, but the first half of the 2020-21 season showed that the midfielder's chances to break into Los Blancos' starting 11 are minimal. Indeed, it was almost impossible to compete with Modric and Kroos back then. So, the Norwegian decided not to waste time and took advantage of the opportunity to go out on loan to Arsenal in the winter, a step that became fateful for Martin. He showed himself perfectly at the Emirates, and the Gunners bought him out for 35 million euros. Looking at what Odegaard has become this season, that seems like a steal. I really felt at home from day one. I was received very well. I felt like part of the team and the group from the start, so it felt very good to come here, Martin tells. And this only confirms the fact that if you are wanted, your chances of success increase exponentially. Currently, Martin is a key element in Mikel Arteta's formations and the Arsenal captain. And what's so special about Odegaard on the pitch? We'll tell you in our next segment. Odegaard's huge advantage is that during his career he has played in all positions in midfield and attack, so he perfectly understands how to act in all situations on the pitch. And although he plays only in the midfield-centered Arsenal, his functionality together with tactical objectives allow, or even demand, to be constantly in different corners of the pitch. Every day, I'm learning something new. There are so many details about the position, how they control the ball, and it helps us to improve, Martin said. This is what makes him such a defining player for the Gunners. He always wants the ball and he commands our pressing. He is really influential. This is how Mikel Arteta described Odegaard a year and a half ago. Martin is always focused on progressing the ball. He constantly finds partners, cutting through the opponent's defensive formations with his passes. If there's no opportunity to create a threat, Martin always aims to give a pass to a partner and immediately opens up to receive a return pass. If there are a few options for a pass, he skillfully keeps the ball and progresses it via dribbling. Martin's style of ball control is reminiscent of what Leo Messi does, although not on such a cosmic level. At Arsenal, Odegaard takes the place of an attacking midfielder in a 4-2-3-1 formation, or one of the box-to-box central midfielders in a 4-3-3 formation. These two formations can be used by Arteta even within a single match, depending on the tasks that the team sets for a given segment of the match. A typical maneuver of Arsenal this season is to overload the wing and deliver the ball to Odegaard so that he chooses the further attack development. You can see one of those moments in this example. Martin receives the ball closer to the right wing and immediately has 3 options to continue the attack: White, Saka and Jesus. Due to strong decision-making in general and in such situations in particular, Arsenal are able to create many moments near the opposition's goal. Odegaard fits this role perfectly. Martin is one of the best in the world at cracking open the opposition's defense in various formations. If the opposition operates narrowly in midfield, as West Ham did in the recent Premier League match, the Norwegian understands the need to use the space on the wings and, both in the build-up and near the opposition's goal, skillfully positions himself in half space and between the opponent's lines. The threat that Martin carries forces opponents to pay personal attention to his maneuvers, and Odegaard makes great use of it. In addition to the fact that he perfectly chooses the episodes when it's necessary to move to the wing or open in the center between the lines, he also wonderfully clears the space for partners. Understanding that he is being marked, he takes an opponent away from the ball and gives his partner space to develop the attack. On top of that, this season Martin has improved in terms of goals scored a lot. At the moment of making this video, he has already scored 7 goals this season, the same number he had for the entire previous season, and he owes it to Mikel Arteta. The Spanish coach took note of this aspect of Martin's game in preseason training. This especially applies to the timing of sprints into the opposition's penalty area. Odegaard is now a threat not only as a playmaker, but also as a scorer, which makes him even more unplayable than before. We don't even have to mention Martin's ability to assist, as the skill of his is so obvious. He has 5 assists in 15 Premier League games this season. I was desperate to sign him. Fortunately, he's here now. He really is like a young Cesc Fabregas. I think he has developed into a complete player. You can't imagine a greater recognition of Martin's skill than this quote by Arsene Wenger. Of course, we must also talk about Odegaard's leadership qualities. He became Arsenal's captain at the age of 23 and seems to have booked the position for many years to come. The last person to wear the armband for more than 2 seasons was Cesc Fabregas over 10 years ago. So there is hope that the story of the ever-traveling captain's armband, which has already become a source of ridicule, will end thanks to Odegaard. By the way, Martin is also the captain of the Norway national team. Moreover, he has been playing this role in the national team even longer than at Arsenal. So in terms of leadership qualities, Odegaard also has a big advantage. He is complete. I like him in every way in the game, defensive and offensive. Another phrase from Monsieur Wenger to sum up all of the above. Arsenal are currently leading the Premier League and are on their way to the league title under the leadership of Arteta and Odegaard. Do you think the Gunners will be able to win the trophy this season already? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, be sure to watch these videos on our channel. Just choose one and click on it right now.